Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. This is the CSKA Moscow vs Manchester United preview on my channel. We are live and now you can hear me. Hope you guys are all doing well. Manchester United have travelled over to Moscow without the likes of Valencia, Jones, Fellaini, Carrick, Pogba. It's given Mourinho a selection headache against CSKA Moscow ahead of our second game in the Champions League group stages in what is a big game for Manchester United. You've got to say it, a big game, and one that I think Jose Mourinho would probably be happy taking a draw. He said in his press conference that this is the best CSKA Moscow he's come up against. He's come up against them as Chelsea manager, as Real Madrid manager, as Inter Milan manager, and now as Manchester United manager. This CSKA Moscow side beat Benfica in game week 1 to go joint top of the league with Manchester United. So they're not a bad side. Benfica away as well. They came from behind to grab 2 goals and beat them 2-1. So they're not a bad side, this Russian side. We went there a few years ago, the last time we were in the Champions League, and drew 1-1 with Martial grabbing a goal. And will he start in this game? That's one of many talking points ahead of the game in this preview. So thank you for joining us here on AdamMcKola TV. I will be heading into your comments as well. And make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing. Make sure you're keeping interactive with us here on AdamMcKola TV. I'm going to dive into your comments and then we're going to get into our first talking point of the day. So let's see your comments. So at the moment we got Rivaldo in the comment saying Martial will start. Higher from Oklahoma says Robert. King Zlatan says Rashford, Martial, Lukaku all to start. Martial must be pissed he's not starting a lot, says Anthony Martial. He looked quite happy in the training video. I've got to say he looked quite happy in the training video. Pradeep Fernandez says Ander Herrera, Martial will start. Herrera will do well. The guy who scored in that 1-1, Dumbia, is no longer there though. It's these teams that United muck up against as ex-Ilri. We haven't got the greatest of records in Moscow, to be honest. I think we've got one win there, and we've drawn quite a lot there as well. Pushka says, finally got to one of Adam's live streams. Hi from the USA. Thank you for getting involved, Pushka. Welcome to the live stream. I don't know if you're new to the channel as well, whether you're new or old to AdamMcKola TV. Thank you for joining us here. It's a pleasure to have you all with us. So what we'll be talking about today, obviously Jose Mourinho was speaking about a few things in his press conference. He was coy over whether Mkhitaryan was starting, because Mkhitaryan spoken in the press conference and he said that doesn't mean he's starting. So he was coy on that. He wasn't committing on whether Mkhitaryan was starting in this game. But what he did say was there's no Valencia, no Jones, no Fellaini, no Carrick, and that's in addition to Paul Pogba being out. So our midfield has been stripped, and our back four has been stripped of 2 players that have started in quite a lot of games this season. Of course, in the last Champions League game, though, Smalling and Lindelof played at centre-half, so will they return there? I'll be showing you my suggested lineup a little bit later on today. I'm just going to tweet this live link now so other people can join us too. But if you're not subscribed to AdamMcKola, then of course get subscribed. Get subscribed now. What are you waiting for? 1 sec. So that's done. Right then. We can't rest Lukaku for this game, says Ronak. He doesn't want Lukaku rested. Surely we wouldn't rest Lukaku and enforce more changes upon ourselves, given the fact that we've got so many other players out. Surely Jose Mourinho wouldn't be looking to do that. United need to be clinical tomorrow, says Karen. The tactical show says fed up of 4 goals. We want more. There's never pleasing any. Can't please everybody all of the time, can you? But of course, I know you are joking, mate. Lindelof and Bailly, hopefully, says Mark Harris. Have you been looking at my team sheet, mate? Have ya? Subscribe and like, come on, says Jo. CSKA Moscow give me the creeps, says King Vic. More Champions League games, says Aziz Baller. More Pez, please. Aziz commenting on the fact that the Pez Road to Glory #2 went up today. So if you haven't seen that, you can check that out after we are finished here. and I'll be doing my FIFA content this week as well. I've got FIFA 18 now, so I'll be making some videos for you and getting them up towards the end of this week. I know the game's released on Friday. I'll probably get my video out on Thursday or Friday first thing. So look forward to that here on AdamMcKola TV, and make sure you're hitting that like and notification button and subscribe button as well. Bailey and Smalling centre backs, hopefully, says Aditya. Pradeep says De Gea, Smalling, Lindelof, Blind, Young, Matic, Herrera, Martial, Rashford, Lukaku is his starting lineup. I don't think Ashley Young and Marcus Rashford will play in this game, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's a long journey. They played a lot of the game against Stoke, and they put in a lot of effort against Southampton. Excuse me. So I can't see them starting this game as well. With the fact that we've got no Valencia, we've got no Jones, we've got no Carrick, we've got no Fellaini, we've got no Pogba. I don't think Jose is then going to play more players that are, you know, a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued, because it's a quick turnover from the game against Southampton. It was a long journey to Southampton for the players. I'm sure it was a long journey there to Moscow, although they did travel out there a little bit earlier, which is great to see. I'm watching them in training today as well, and they were all buzzing and all looking forward to the game. And you can tell there's a real good team spirit at the moment. And I know I comment on that quite a lot. There's a real good team spirit at the minute. I comment on it every single time, but that is the case at Manchester United at this moment in time. We've got a great team spirit, and to see that at the club's fantastic. We've had a poor couple of years, and you wouldn't be surprised if the temperament of the squad was a little bit down. But after the last season, when we won those 2 trophies, we got some trophies under our belt. After that, we've managed to build a fantastic togetherness, a fantastic bond in the team. And you can see it throughout as well. There's not many cliques. Everybody gets on with everybody. Yes, you have the Spanish trio. Yes, you have, you know, the younger lads that stick together, the likes of Lingard, Rashford, Pogba, etc. But the team all get on, and you see that. And obviously winning games obviously helps that. Winning trophies helps that as well. But that can help you win trophies. That can help you towards that. And it's really nice to see at Manchester United at this minute in time. And I've been buzzing with the way the team's looking at the minute. Yes, that game against Southampton wasn't perfect. I think the Matic, Fellaini midfield didn't really work. The midfield 2 of them 2. And I would like to see if those 2 play again in a free. The challenge on Fellaini was absolutely atrocious and should be punished by the FA. Whether it will or not remains to be seen. They were too busy sending off Jose Mourinho for putting 1 foot on the pitch. What about the players putting 1 foot down the back of Fellaini's leg? Have a look at that, you knobheads. But you're looking at all these things, and the team, man. We've got those injuries aren't great. Midfield though, Fellaini, Matic. If those 2 start, we need to have a midfield 3, and Herrera needs to be brought in. When Herrera came on against Southampton, he made 7 tackles in about 20 minutes, which was the most in the Premier League over the weekend. And he was only on for 20 minutes. It shows you the energy that and the enthusiasm he brings to the midfield, and we really need that without the likes of Paul Pogba in the team. And I'm hoping Herrera starts tomorrow. Well, I know Herrera will start tomorrow. He has to start tomorrow. There's no other choice whether to start them. As for CSKA Moscow, it'll be interesting to see whether Jose Mourinho goes for a back 5 / back 3, but a back 5. With potentially he could start Ashley Young. I know I said he's played 90 minutes against Stoke and Southampton, and he looked tired. He put in a lot of energy, etc. But if we were going to go with a back 5, match their system, we could potentially do that. Put Mickey and Lukaku up top. Then you get your midfield of Matic and Herrera with 1 more in there with them. Who could that be though? Have we got the options to bring 1 more in there with them? I don't think we have. So that probably is where that falls down. The potential to play that 5-3-2. Could you see anybody in there that could play in that 5-3-2 with them? Mata is a good choice. King's Latin says Mata could play as well. Now Mata is in my starting lineup, and I haven't gone for us matching their system. I do think with those guys playing a back 5, and if their wing backs get forward, then United will be able to expose them in wider areas. If they've got 3 centre halves, get going down those wider areas. Get the likes of Martial or Rashford. Get the likes of Lukaku running the channels, Mkhitaryan drifting in centrally and picking the holes in that three centre halves, because I think we will have the space to do that if they play a back five. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jose Mourinho did try and match up with their system, although personally I wouldn't do that. United boy, how you doing? Manny plays his back and says Blind should play. Angel Gomez is going to get some minutes, mark my words. I don't think it will be in the Champions League, mate, and he hasn't travelled out to the squad. The likes of Twanzebe and Joel Pereira did travel with the squad, which is great to see, and it's great to see Axel Twanzebe back as well. I know he was injured. Fosu Andreas needed back, says Pushka. Jose might surprise us and play Axel in the midfield and go defensive. Could he be one of the options in there? He's obviously never played with us in the midfield position, in the back five as well. So it'd be a bit of a shock to see us do it, you know, in a Champions League game away from home. Craig says FIFA 18's launch party vlog was ace. Adam, good work. Thank you for watching, mate, and thank you for watching the video as well. And of course, allowing me to plug it during this video. Check it out. Plenty of new content up on the channel. Whether you like PES, whether you like FIFA, whether you like footy chat, whatever you like, I'm going to have it for you here on AdamMcKola TV. So keep it locked and keep subscribing as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button too, guys. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Herrera will regain his place in the starting 11 soon, says Faye Rizal. Someone said Angel Gomez did travel. I haven't seen that, to be honest. I know we got called up to the Under-17 World Cup squad today. So congratulations to him for that. Abraham has just joined us and says, what is the Man United team news? For you guys that are just joining us, Valencia, Jones, Fellaini, Carrick and Pogba are out of the Manchester United squad, which has travelled to Moscow. So big misses in defence and midfield. Does that mean Lindelof will start yet again? Jose Mourinho was speaking about him in his press conference and was speaking about giving him time and patience and giving him opportunity as well, which sounded as a hint that he was going to start in the Champions League game. And why is he starting in the Champions League games? I think he's starting in the Champions League games because it's not as fast and frenetic as the Premier League. It allows him to get bedded into the team a little bit slower. Obviously, the games come less frequently, and that he's more attuned to the European game. He's not attuned to the Premier League game, that fast, ferocious madness going on in the Premier League. You know, big defenders, little defenders, you know, teams hoofing the ball up to you every single time. That kind of pressure, he's not used to playing in the Premier League. So allowing him to get used to his teammates in the Champions League at a speed that he's more used to makes sense. And that's why I can see him starting in this game against CSKA Moscow. Obviously, I'm going to give you my team news now and give you my team selection. This is the team that I think will start. Obviously, no Valencia, no Jones, no Fellaini, no Carrick, no Pogba. So I've gone with De Gea, Darmian, Bailly, Lindelof, Daley Blind. I like to see Daley Blind brought back in. It'd be nice if we had a full midfield and a full defensive selection, because then you could bring Luke Shaw in, knowing that you've got a solid midfield. Matic and Herrera in the midfield too, with Mickey, Mata, Martial and Romelu Lukaku. So that's the team that I would go with in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Will Lingard start, says Anes Amir. I commented this on the preview that we just did for Full Time Devils, saying that I wouldn't be surprised to see Jesse Lingard start, because Jesse Lingard's the kind of player that Jose Mourinho would call on in this game. He's a very tactical player. He runs the channels very well. His movement off the ball is very good. He opens the spaces in defences. And if you just think, if you had Lukaku and just say Lingard running off him, creating space around him for someone like Mickey to find him, that would work quite well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Lingard start, although he's not in my preferred or my predicted 11. That's the 11 I would go with. I think Rashford will be given a rest this game. He started the game against Southampton. He worked very hard. I think he had a good game against Southampton, at least defensively as well. And I think Rashford rested, Martial starts. That's the fair thing to do. I think Martial started against Basel as well. Rashford come off the bench and scored. Martial never got game time against Southampton, so he's been well rested. Bring Martial in. He's scored against CSKA Moscow before. Good omens there. So hopefully he can get another goal again. But if not, we've got Marcus Rashford that can come off the bench. I've not been really fussed about the way Jose has been selecting Rashford and Martial. Last season I had a problem with his selection of Martial. This season I haven't, because it's totally fair. Rashford's playing, he deserves it. When Martial plays, he deserves it. And you're looking at Martial and you can see he's happier with his treatment as well. It looks like him and Rashford are going to be competing for that left-hand side. When Zlatan comes, it's going to be Zlatan and Lukaku down the middle. And then we've got Mickey and Lingard on the right. Competition for places is great at the moment. And Rashford and Martial can really push each other on. When you're seeing, what game was it, when Martial come off the bench, Rashford hadn't scored, he'd gone off. Martial came on, Martial scored. It was the 4th goal against Swansea, I think. And Rashford was up on his feet celebrating. The goal didn't matter. Martial had just come on for him and he hadn't scored. But Rashford was still celebrating that goal. And they've got a great spirit between them, as do the whole team. But you can see that that competitive edge isn't going over the top with these two. And they're not disliking each other because of it. And they're really pushing each other. And that's fantastic, because we're going to get the better of them two. They're going to push each other on to better things. And eventually we're going to be able to play both of them in the team. And once it comes to that, oh boy, teams better watch it, because they're going to get damaged. Anis Amir says, Adam, which left back should we sign? I don't think we should sign a left back, to be honest, because I've got high hopes still for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's slowly coming back now. Hopefully he can start playing more games more regularly. Maybe there's an opportunity to start him at home against Crystal Palace at the weekend. But I want to see Luke Shaw become the left back of choice and the first choice left back for Manchester United. He has the potential, he has the quality. He needs to get over his injuries and the doubts that he may have in his head. He needs to prove Jose Mourinho that he can trust him and he can fit into the way Jose Mourinho wants him to play. If he can do that this season, then I think going forward from next season, he'll be the main man at left back. But he needs to really cement his place in the team this season. It's a big season for Luke Shaw. Obviously, if Luke Shaw doesn't do that, then come the summer, we'll have to think about our left back spot. But at this moment in time, if Luke Shaw doesn't play there, we've got Ashley Young, who's shown he's fully capable of doing a job from that position. Matteo Darmian, Marcus Rojo when he returns. Demi Mitchell can also play there. We've got selections and we've got options for that left back spot. So I'm not too worried about the depth that we have there. We've got very good depth in that position. Manny wants to see Shaw given a chance, as does Arik Lukman, who says give Shaw a goal for Blind. Possibility, but then you're changing up the whole back four. Do you want to change the whole back four going into this game? I'm not too sure. Big match for Lindelof to prove himself as Dark Lord. Keith Joseph says Shaw for Blind needs to get game time and confidence. Ines says Mickey to have another European away game like he did in the Europa League. Guys, get your predictions in. What are you thinking for scoreline and first goal scorer? Also get hitting that like button as well. And get subscribing to youtube.com/AdamMcKola. Young not in the squad. Young is in the squad, Manny Raj. The players that aren't in the squad, Valencia, Jones, Fellaini, Carrick and Pogba. Those are the players that aren't in the squad. Of course, the likes of Rojo, Zlatan aren't in the squad either, but we already knew those guys were going to be missing. Where's Smalling, says Sachin? He's not in my predicted starting 11. That is my predicted starting 11. If you want to put Smalling in yours, fair enough. And Smalling could start. Smalling and Lindelof started against Basel. Could it be that Smalling and Lindelof are going to be the Champions League centre-half selection? What do you think about that? Faye thinks 2-0 to United. Rivaldo thinks 3-0. Martial for CL. Rashford for Barclays Premier League, says Anthony Martial. I don't think it's as clear-cut as that, but we could see that becoming a bit of a thing. 3-0, 2 for Lukaku, 1 for Martial, says Arik. Mangashu says 3-0 as well. Lukaku, 2 goals, Rashi with the third. Extasio says I'd be happy with a draw as long as they don't give us any injuries. A lot of confident predictions in there. 2-0 says Aziz, 2-0 says Anis, 1-0 says Extasio. Manny Raj, thank you very much for the nice comment, mate. So a lot of confident predictions. Thuram says 3-1 with Martial, Lukaku and Herrera. Sandem says 2-1 to United, and it's 4:20 in Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Very, very late where you are. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. I really do appreciate it. When is Pogba back, says Anthony Martial. Jose Mourinho will not give an update on Paul Pogba's fitness in the press conference, which is unfortunate. We've obviously seen Paul Pogba dancing around in his Instagram videos recently. Obviously, that doesn't mean he's fit. But there's no update on Paul Pogba at this moment, which is probably a good thing and a bad thing in the terms of we're not waiting on him returning. The players aren't, they can get down to business. For all we know, he's out for 4, 5, 6 weeks. So the players are in the team for the next 3 to 4 weeks and they've got a point to prove. But without Pogba, without Fellaini, without Carrick, that is a big problemo, let me tell you that. Big problem. Because if we get any more injuries there, we are well and truly fucked. Andres Pereira went out on loan. Jose Mourinho said he didn't want him to go out on loan. And you can see why. Because we would have needed him now. He would have probably could have been starting or even coming off the bench in these next couple of games. I know he's starting for Valencia and he's doing well. But it shows the opportunity that he could have had here. Big opportunity. And it's those kind of opportunities that make you at a club. Marcus Rashford had an opportunity. Will Keane gets injured. Martial's injured. Marcus Rashford has to play up top against Midtjylland. Scores 2 goals, never ever looks back. And he's still in the team to this day. So there's these opportunities that come along when players get injured. And unfortunately for Pereira, he decided to go out on loan. Or fortunately, he could still come back and be well better off for it. But there's a chance there that's gone missing for him. Fosu Mensah, obviously, he got sent out on loan to Crystal Palace. And he's doing well there. And he's going to get better for it. But again, this would have been an opportunity for him to play. So it's a little bit disappointing when you see some of the players that we've got out on loan. Pereira and Fosu Mensah. That we've got these injuries now and we can't use them. But Matic and Herrera are vital. We don't need any more injuries in those positions, that's for sure. And hopefully Fellaini's injury is not too bad and he's back by the weekend. Same to be said for Carrick, Valencia, Phil Jones. What's gone on there? Hopefully it's just a rest and not too bad. But would you rest him when we've got such big games coming up with such amount of injuries that we've got? I'm not too sure you would do that. So it's a strange one nevertheless. Extasio says he would not have Mickey or Romelu Lukaku in this game. That is a big shout, may I say, guys. Big, big shout from Extasio. No Mickey, no Romelu Lukaku. What are you guys saying to that? Would you have Mickey and Romelu Lukaku in your starting 11? They're in my starting 11. I wouldn't drop either of them for this game. Although, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see Lingard start. And Lingard could come in from Mata or Mickey in that 11 that I've selected there. So let me know what you think about that. Glenn Maloka says, anyone dangerous from CSKA? We've obviously got Zhagov, or Zhagoev, however you say that. And they've got Vitinho. They both scored 3 goals for them this season. Vitinho scored against Benfica as well. I think it was the leveller. And they won that one 2-1. So those are their main goal threats. They're both their top goal scorers on 3. Which shows that they don't score many goals with CSKA side. But again, at home, they'll be confident. They beat Rostov at home 2-0 a week or so ago. So a side that we've come up against recently. And we went away to beat. They've beaten them as well. So make of that what you will. But this CSKA side, like Jose says, they're not going to be pushovers. At home in their new stadium, they're going to be well and truly up for it. One thing I'm glad about, Jose commented on the pitch saying it looked good, which is obviously great. For us, that is not a shit pitch like we suffered out in Rostov. So if we can play our football, it's going to be difficult because we've got a fragmented side with these injuries that have hit us very quickly in the last couple of days. Valencia, Jones, Fellaini, Carrick. Well, Carrick hasn't started. Pogba was been out for a week. Fellaini, Valencia and Jones, those injuries. Valencia and Fellaini, big ones. I think those 2 are the worst injuries that we could have got at this moment in time because they bring 2 key players out for us. And I think I would have rather have gone with a midfield 3 of Matic, Herrera and Fellaini than a midfield 2 in this game. But I think we've got to go with what we've got. And what we've got is Matic and Herrera. And I think Matic, Herrera in a midfield too. I think that can work. Mata's going to have a big job on his hands. Maybe could we play Mickey centrally and Mata out wide, or Mickey centrally, Lingard out wide, Mata on the bench? What do you think to that? There's different options that we have there, but I wouldn't drop Lukaku. And Brett comments that as well, saying he wouldn't drop Lukaku either. Thank you for watching. Mangashu, Brown, Mitchell, Sachin, Ines, Mike, Boy Manchester, Anthony Martial, Boy Manchester says, why is Mickey on the right? It's supposed to be on the right. So it's supposed to be on the right. Guys, hit that like button. Make sure you're hitting that like button. And if you're not subscribed to youtube.com/AdamMcKola, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I've got a PES 2018 competition going at the moment. We're going to let the winner be known on Thursday or Friday in the latest FIFA video. So, guys, get over to the PES video. Check out the competition. Make sure you're entering. Make sure you're getting involved. Make sure you're watching the video as well, because I've made some good PES videos for you. Got FIFA content coming on Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow I've got live reaction to the Moscow game. Maybe a Wally of the Week as well coming for you. Thursday, FIFA video maybe. I'm going to be with the United Road podcast, so we'll be doing some podcast video. Friday, live preview for the game against Crystal Palace. Then on Saturday, we're going to have Crystal Palace reaction, the match day vlog. Sunday, Aftermath Live, the Premier League review. So much more coming for you here on AdamMcKola TV. So make sure you keep it interactive. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, and hitting that notifications button. My score prediction for the game against CSKA Moscow is 2-0 to Manchester United. I'm going to go for Romelu Lukaku to make it 9-9 and to get another goal in the Champions League. He's already got 1-1 in the Champions League. He's already got 2-2 in Europe if you include the Super Cup final against Real Madrid. Can he make it 3-3 in Europe? Can he make it 9-9 for United? I'm saying he will. And I'm saying Mkhitaryan will get another goal in Europe as well. So I'm going for a 2-0 win to Manchester United, guys. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Get hitting the like button. Get commenting your scoreline predictions, your first goal scorer predictions, and of course your team lines as well. Your lineups, your team lines, your team sheets, your lineups, your 11s. Get commenting them. Whether you watch this live or you watch this back later, thank you very much for tuning in to youtube.com/AdamMcKola. And as I said, I'm always trying to give back, so go and check out the PES 2018 competition. Hit the like button. I'm AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.